Hello there, this is Elle, and this is a review of Poppy's Air Balloon Adventure, set number 41252, and it has about 250 pieces, so let's get into this Lego set. So first up, let's look at the figures. Here we have, I believe, Poppy, since it's the main character, and it's been a lot of sets that have a very similar one. I think this is the one that's in the poly bag. But lots of pink, which is pretty cool, but it's a weird Trolls figure. You got a stud up top, got a cupcake there for some reason, and you can also hang on bars with the hair here. Some pretty strong hair, actually, now I think about it. It does come with the accessory set, and it's in this color. So you have the flower, and you have the like lute or guitar type thing. I believe this is her friend. I'm not 100% sure, like I don't know the names, but I kind of like the torso with the leaves, which is kind of, elvish, trollish. Pretty nice print, actually, for it, too. Comes with, like, a little messenger bag in tan, which is pretty neat. Another accessory that can go up there, purple hair, and a little area, and you can put a cupcake or whatever in there. So, this guy is super weird. He's like in between a regular figure and a big figure. So he's got a weird hairpiece, accessory hole there. Basically a troll head, but it's attached, so it's not connected. Connected arms, which is another interesting thing. So you can use this piece to make like the Nexo Knights have rock monsters or whatever. You could use those as arms on like brick built figures or something weird. Little legs in there, which is kind of silly. Then he has this guy on the back, which I don't know what he is, but he looks like that. So that's kind of crazy and some interesting printed pieces. He's got a hole in his back for a stud, which is kind of interesting. Just a weird figure and all. So here's a side build. Now, I don't know the story, so I'm sure there's something going on here that's relevant. I can make guesses. This to me seems like it's a metronome. The thing that goes just back and forth to create a beat, I think it is. But it's a cool little build in the clouds. And the play feature here is you press this, and even though my finger was there, this would break off. And then behind it, it says Classical Socks, which is just a ridiculous sticker. It has a golden lightning bolt in there, which is kind of neat. I like the little cloud build with music and stuff. I think it actually looks really nice. Like, you could have a nice display. It really makes, with the colors, it looks like it's in the cloud. You also get this crazy flute sticker piece, which looks kind of really cute, actually. So let's go to the big thing in this set. So this is like a hot air balloon. It's actually pretty well built. Let's take a look at the top. So you have these big giant pink pieces, right? And they're big and they're kind of versatile. They're connected with bars. One of the things, though, that is kind of weird about them is that they're both bars on the bottom. It's kind of an interesting build, if I can take it off here. You have the top. I don't know if you can kind of see in there, but that's all completely hollow. So it's actually pretty light. Which is kind of interesting, and it's bigger than I thought it would be, but it's not like huge. But you also have this printed piece on here, which makes it seem like it's a giant creature that's inflated or something. Just really weird. You got the flowers for eyes there. It's crazy. And then it goes into the hanging part, which is actually, I think, pretty neat. It looks kind of cool, colorful, except for the gray bar parts. But it's pretty nice. It has a basket that hangs off. I can imagine putting stuff or even a person in. I imagine these are for flapping and flying, but that's a heart piece, which is pretty cool. And you got lots of greenery and flowers on this. See if we can't get in here closer. You can see that inside there's a control panel. So that's kind of interesting, in a seat, and you can put people on either side. You got some drinking utensils and then a little compartment you can hold accessories. On the side here, maybe it's instructions on how to use this air balloon that's crazy. And you have some binoculars here. So there's not too lot here. This retails for about $30, and I'm trying to think if it's worth it. And it's tough because this, if you look at this as just 4 pieces, there's really not a lot there. I mean, this would be like a $10 to $15 set then. You know, I mean, it does come with 3 Trolls figures. Trolls figures are kind of a mixed thing. You know, this guy's really weird and interesting. Otherwise, these are pretty common. You see these all over the place. It's really tough. I would say it's a little underwhelming. When I did a parts review, I'll get that out at some point if it's not out already. And overall, my main opinion is it's a little still underwhelming. I got it for $23, and even at that, it feels a little underwhelming. It is pretty neat. It's sizable with these pieces up here, but without those pieces, it doesn't feel like there's a lot here. A lot of unique pieces like these in dark teal or turquoise or whatever you want to call it. I just don't know if it's really worth it. I kind of feel that it's colorful, it's got some neat parts, but it feels kind of expensive. I mean, it's a cool play set. Definitely playable if you have a kid. If you want to give this to a kid, it's definitely playable. If they're really into Trolls and maybe there's a scene in the movie coming out, if it comes out ever, that this might correlate to, that's really awesome. But, I mean, it's okay. I just don't know if it's really worth it right now. I kind of feel it's a little underwhelming. But that's pretty much all I have to say with this ridiculous set. It is colorful, which is great. It does have lots of giant pink pieces, which I can't complain about. But I just don't know if it's, you know, it was a really late buy for me, which usually tells me that it's not something I was really excited about. But that's all I really got to say for this thing. Hot air balloon, I guess. But thanks for watching. I appreciate you dropping likes and subscribing and everything. So we will see you in the next video.